News 46, local coverage you can count on.
At Healthcare Partners Medical Group, our mission is to provide the highest quality of healthcare to each and every patient. With 5 locations in Pahrump, we are local doctors you know and trust. We want to thank you for choosing us. Quality care starts here.
News 46 is brought to you by News 46 is brought to you by Healthcare Partners and Humana.
Tonight on News 46, emergency crews respond to an explosion at a local propane company.
The Department of Energy presents its 10-year plan for the Nevada test site.
And we speak to a dentist that specializes in making kids comfortable. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Rick Vale and Rhonda Van Winkle. Local coverage from Deanna O'Donnell and news across Nevada with Janet Eric. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Wednesday, August 17th, 2011. I'm Rick Vale.
And I'm Rhonda Van Winkle for News 46. Topping our news tonight, an employee was injured last night during an explosion at Amerigas on Charleston Park. Pahrump Valley Fire Rescue arrived on scene. Fire crews cast their own safety aside and battled the blaze. They successfully diverted a possible secondary propane explosion that had the potential to cause substantial damage to life and property.
Pahrump Valley Fire Rescue responded to an explosion at Amerigas last night on West Charleston Park, up actually near KPVM. There was an evacuation in order, and truly, a tragedy was diverted last night, thanks to our heroes. We're going to speak to Fire Chief Scott Lewis.
We had a report of an explosion, a burn victim, and upon arrival, we found that we did in fact have an incident that a person, one of the employees, sustained a pretty significant burn injury. And our crews, upon their investigation, found a heavy fire condition at the rear of the building in the area of the loading dock. It's estimated it was between 500 and 1,000 20-pound vessels with varied amounts of propane within. A number of them were well involved in fire. It had extended to the structure. The sprinkler system had activated, but was not controlling or minimizing the size of the fire. I can't tell you enough how great a job the crews did last night. They risked a lot. And they put a master stream in service, a unmanned monitor, a ground monitor, and some additional hand lines, and they controlled that fire within a relatively short period of time with minimal structural damage to the building. However, there was a number of different exposures on the property, and again, just an extraordinary job, and we truly averted a disaster last evening.
Do we know what actually caught fire at this point?
Right now, the fire's under investigation. The Deputy State Fire Marshal, as well as another group of entities, including Pahrump Valley Fire Rescue, are up there investigating and going through every possible scenario that could have sparked the ignition. We believe it was fueled by the propane vapors. We're now looking for an arcing source or open flame, something along those lines.
Was it in the lines or was it in these containers?
It appears that it was in the area of the containers. However, the lines feeding the distribution system to different areas of the facility were in jeopardy.
We have 2 large tanks on that property, along with all those individual tanks there as well. How far did it extend?
It didn't get that far, only because crews activated all the necessary emergency shut-off valves that supplied to different areas of the facility, and we also supplemented the what's called the fire department connection on the building for the support of the sprinkler system. So everything was done in a way to prevent that migration of a problem.
And I was hearing last night that you guys were shutting off the main valves to those large tanks. Is that what was going on?
Yeah, our concern was that it was going to start backfeeding through the system and eventually make its way to the larger vessels, but that never happened, and it truly didn't become a real issue. There were a lot of concerns, obviously, but our bigger challenge was the number of smaller vessels that were involved in fire. As at any given time, obviously, they can have a devastating effect on the fire grounds. But everything went well, and there was some evacuations of the immediate area, but there was no extension of that fire past the building of origin, so everything was in good shape.
But the homes were evacuated around that area. The employee that was injured, it was an employee, right?
Yes, it was an employee, and that person was taken to the hospital and evaluated for their burns.
And will we be having an occupational health and safety inspection and checking out why this happened? And the business is closed right now, right?
It is closed pending the outcome of the investigation. As far as any third-party investigators coming in, that really would be in their purview as far as the OSHA and such. From our perspective, we're going to concentrate on the origin and cause of the fire and determine what needs to be done, if anything, to prevent this from happening again.
And then the storage of the containers that are up there right now, since it's not going to be open, that's going to be a concern, right?
Almost all the containers, except the two large vessels, contain minimal amounts of propane that are coming in for refurbishment. Now, there were some that were filled up and ready to go back out into distribution, but the majority of them, the problem is in their various states of repair. Some are in very poor condition, and you don't know exactly how much product may be in each vessel. And a number of those valves were coming to the point where they were releasing the product within the fire. Yes, we'll keep you abreast of the outcome of the investigation, and just want to thank you and thank everyone last night who helped, including the sheriff's office, with evacuations and such. We operated as safely as possible, and the outcome shows that.
We won't know when this business will be back open, because I know there's a bunch of employees that aren't going to work now.
Yeah, I don't know how long it'll be closed. It depends on, I guess, the outcome of the investigations and whether any third party need to come in and complete an investigation as well.
We want to thank Fire Chief Scott Lewis, all the firefighters and paramedics who responded to this fire last night, as well as the Nye County Sheriff's deputies who helped with evacuation and keeping a control on the traffic in that area. Of course, they do this job every day, and we appreciate them so much. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
So quite a scare last night.
Well, that looked like it was awfully close to the TV station. That was.
It is. Charleston Park, they're right here, just kitty corner of us, really.
Practically right across
the street. So, we were just kind of hanging out watching a TV program, and we felt something like thunder or, something like that. Right. Anyway, and I thought, what is that, the dogs on the back porch or something, because, so I didn't really pay attention to it, but Vern did. He's always more sensitive to things. So he went outside and started looking around and realized that they had an explosion at the propane place. And we weren't too worried at first, but we started getting dressed, and then Deanna called and said, get out of there. She says, on this fire, she says, I was the most worried out of anything I've ever seen in all the times I've been to all these accidents. And she was afraid, so she left. So anyway, they evacuated us, and we were gone for a while, but McDonald's got some business.
Wow. Well, folks, we're going to have much more local news coming up right after this break, so please keep it here.
News 46 is also brought to you by Southwest Medical Associates. Look for news about their latest healthcare center opening soon in your neighborhood. Southwest Medical Associates. Now that's powerful medicine.
Welcome back to News 46. One of the items on the Board of County Commissioners' agenda was a presentation by the Department of Energy.
The presentation by the Department of Energy National Nuclear Security Site Office was to brief the Board of County Commissioners on its forthcoming draft site-wide environmental impact statement for the next 10 years.
Been updating their environmental impact statement as required under NEPA on a periodic basis. In the current iteration, they have asked Nye County to participate as a cooperating agency, and we've had a very good working relationship with them on this process, and would like to thank them for allowing us to be involved in this process.
Nye County Commissioner Gary Hollis also had a statement that he wanted to read regarding the application for water rights by Nye County.
Thank you for your presentation. I appreciate the opportunity to work with you as a cooperative agency. While I have some different views, you have included those views in your draft. However, presenting my views without action to recognize and mitigate past and present impacts is not enough. Not allowing Nye County access to water on the NNSS is a big deal to me. Our water right permits requests for water on the test site have been denied because of protests by federal agencies, including the DOE. And the fact that DOE will not allow access to water on the test site, DOE should closely coordinate all groundwater studies with our scientists and provide funding for Nye County to conduct our own groundwater science studies off the test site. The ongoing impact of denied access to the county is huge and has never been any compensation for the impact provided to the county. I understand that some water on the test site is contaminated. However, I believe that the vast majority of the water on the test site is perfectly safe for public use. My bottom line, DOE should seek the means to mitigate this specific impact. Our practical solutions might be to provide the county reasonable access to the sustainable clean water resources that exist on the test site, stop protesting our water right request. We, the county, myself, have supported DOE and the Department of Defense in the Cold War years, nuclear testing to protect this country from having a nuclear war in the future. We have supported DOE. It's time that DOE supports Nye County. I appreciate the work you have done and look forward to working with you to resolve our issues. I'll provide you with a more formal and detailed response in the future.
This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
And folks, the State Board of Examiners approved a 10-year, $27.6 million contract to install kiosks in grocery stores statewide. Nevadans will be able to renew car registrations, extend driver's licenses, and perform other tasks that might otherwise require a trip to a Department of Motor Vehicles office. The contract with Intellectual Technology, Inc. will be paid for by charging fees to those using the kiosks. The cost is $1 for all transactions, but the car registration renewal fee will be $3. And Children's Dentistry opened their doors a month ago, providing a much-needed service here in Pahrump. They specialize in children's dentistry with the option of general anesthesia to help their patients relax.
They're a compassionate couple who found the need here in Pahrump for a children's dentistry. We're going to tell you all about this dental office right here on the corner of Dahlia and Basin, how you can make an appointment and what specialties they have to offer your children.
Yes, we just opened about a month ago. We saw that there was a tremendous need for children of Pahrump to receive services. And so we wanted to have a dental facility that was all their own. And we take most medical and dental insurances as well as Medicaid. So we're definitely here for the children who need it the most and who can't necessarily drive over to Las Vegas to receive those services.
Why is it important to have a specific children's dentistry?
Children are a special population. They require extra care, they require extra patience, and they need a fun environment. So we offer that. You know, everybody has a smile here. Dr. Delisle is very friendly with children. He's treated over 2,000 children, both awake and under anesthesia, and that's something that they do need from time to time to be able to keep still for the dental appointment.
And a little bit of, they might be a little afraid to be at the dentist, right?
Right, yeah, and that's what we do. We try to sedate, children, and we can, put those fears to sleep, and we can just go ahead and work with them better, and maybe they'll end up liking the dentist afterwards.
Exactly, that's the point, is to enjoy the dentist office, to look forward to it. What's some of the special services?
One thing that sets us apart from other dental offices is that we do offer sedation and general anesthesia. Dr. Delisle is an anesthesiologist dentist who works over in Las Vegas, and we have 2 other clinics over there. And we just saw that kids were coming all the way from Pahrump over there to receive our services because there was none in the area. Other dentists here treat children awake, and sometimes they use what's called a papoose board to hold them down. But what we do is we kind of see where the kids are at, and we meet their needs where they're at. So if they can't stay awake for the procedure, we recommend to parents to put them under general anesthesia so that they can get all of the dental work done in one appointment and not traumatize the child. And that's what kind of sets us apart.
And do you still treat adults here at this facility who have special needs?
You know, if there are children whose parents have special needs, or if there's just special needs adults who are with group homes or who can't find a dentist that they can go to, we're willing to open our doors to them and just welcome them and be able to provide dental care for them.
And the phone number and location.
751-2184 and
At 1017 East Basin Avenue.
So make your appointment today for your child or adult with special needs. Call 751-2184. This is Deanna O'Donnell on the corner of Basin and Dahlia for News 46.
Well, folks, coming up, we've got more with the Nye County Commissioners.
And we'll be getting to know some more of the doctors at Southwest Medical Association.
We'll have all this and more right after the break, so please keep it here.
And welcome back to News 46. Felix Tapello from the International Gold Buyers is inviting all of his clients to the Pahrump Nugget this evening to enjoy an evening of food and entertainment.
Actually, we're having an appreciation party for our customers. We sent out invitations. If I forgot anybody, I'm sorry. And it's just an I appreciate your business party. Going to have a piano player and such, and a lot of the local TV, personalities as yourself, and radio personalities are going to be there. And it's just my way of saying thank you for our continued success and appreciation for their business. And it gives us a chance to get together, not as a, you're selling, I'm buying, but kind of like to get to know people, in the area. Really excited.
You always surpass what is a wonderful thing for a business person in this community, and I have to say, so impressed, so happy to have you here in Pahrump.
Oh, thank you. And we continue to try to educate people, especially the elderly. I want to champion that for the elderly. I'm really trying to educate them as far as how to go ahead and get rid of their valuables, without being having a predator take advantage of them. Exactly. And I try to show them how to do that. And tomorrow night I'm going to go into that a little bit, with the customers and try to help them out with that. Because it's something that's happening, especially now with people coming out of the woodwork. Yeah. Just with $1 and a dream walking in and saying, we're gonna buy stuff. I just tell people, go to somebody that's established, that comes into town, that's established, and that see if there's complaints about those folks, and you know what I mean. Do your due diligence. I tell everyone.
You yourself are a member of the Chamber of Commerce and
Yes.
and your business license here, and you have established yourself in this community, and we've gotten to know you and trust you. Thank you so much, Felix.
Oh, thank you very much, and thank you, folks, for everything. I appreciate it, Pahrump.
Nye County Commissioner Gary Hollis responds to residents in his district who are upset about a dog breeding facility that has moved into the neighborhood. The owners of the home have applied to the Regional Planning Commission for a conditional use permit. They admit that they are currently operating without a required conditional use permit kennel or business license.
Yeah, I got some calls, and they were very passionate about the reasons why. I've been out here, I don't know, 5 or 6 times now, and it's a commercial kennel on Vanovich and around Horn. It's on Sally Court. It's a really, really residential area. It's very peaceful here, and as far as I'm concerned, I'd like to keep it that way.
And we're looking at the Regional Planning Commission possibly approving this.
Well, planning approved it based upon the code. I'm not too sure that it's set in stone that the RPC is going to approve it. I don't know that yet. I have my guesses that it's not going to pass, but that's just me guessing.
I read some of the letters from some of the neighbors here, and they're very passionate about not wanting this in their neighborhood. There's so many reasons why. Once something like this passes, not only does it leave openings for other businesses and other things to go on in the neighborhood business-wise, but also you can't really control what happens with that breeding facility after that point, can you?
Absolutely not. They could put a privacy fence, and I couldn't see what's going on. And my job is to protect the people that are here now. And There's 92% of the people in this neighborhood that don't want this kind of use here, and it's my job to make sure that they're happy. And I really think this is a wrong place, wrong time to have a commercial kennel in this vicinity.
Have you had a chance to talk to the homeowner over there?
I met them in the RPC meeting. They haven't come to me, so I haven't really went out to them. It's up to them to come to me, not me to come to them.
When they originally bought the property here, which they've just moved in recently, were they under the belief that they could actually have a facility like this here?
I have no idea what they thought. I think that they got a good deal on a piece of property, and they put in for a conditional use permit. My thinking, if they're not going to obey the law now, what makes you think that they're going to obey the law in the future? They do not have a conditional use permit for the use that they have. They have 31 dogs there now. They don't have a conditional use permit, and they don't have a kennel permit. What makes me think that they're going to obey anything, any conditions that we put in a conditional use permit, when they won't obey the law now and they don't have a business license? So, they're in violation of the law right now.
So is there anything that we can do about them being in violation of the law right now at this point?
Well, I don't know. I think that would be up to animal control and probably the RPC. It's under their control. The only reason I would get involved in this is if one side or the other appeals. And I'm sure that this is going to be appealed one way or the other to the Board of County Commissioners. And you can be assured that I will voice my opposition to it.
Southwest Medical Associates on Calvada spoke to us about their primary care physicians.
I'm a family practice physician. I'm at the clinic Monday through Thursdays, 8 to 7.
And you're a primary care physician, so people would have you as their primary doctor, and you're a medical doctor.
Yes. I'm an osteopathic physician.
So tell me about your move here to Pahrump.
It's a very nice city, and I like it. It's a nice city, and I can do without the congestion of Vegas.
There you go. And now you've joined Dr. Levasseur, and that's a great little team. How's it going at the facility right now?
Very nice. We're all very excited about the new clinic. It's a state-of-the-art clinic, and it's come take a look.
So are you going to be speaking at some of the seminars here at the Pahrump Nugget, or have you already had your opportunity here?
Yes, we are all taking our. We're all speaking on taking turns.
There you go. And so you came over from Vegas now, and so you were at Southwest in Vegas before.
Yes, I joined the company in February.
Wonderful. This is a great thing. So people can get in touch with the Calvada location to make an appointment with you for all types of issues, or just have a checkup.
Anything. As a primary care, as a family practice physician, I basically do everything.
Well, we're not going to let a big fire or anything like that ruin our weather for us. We've got all kinds of interesting temperatures going to drop for us.
Oh, good.
It's going to be nice and cool over the weekend. We got your 7-day forecast coming up right after the break.
News 46 Weather is brought to you by Healthcare Partners Medical Group, with 5 locations in Pahrump, local doctors and professional staff providing total care from infancy to seniors. News 46 Weather is also brought to you by your local dairy farmers. Dairy products are very important in maintaining a healthy body. For more information, you can visit their website at nevadadairycouncil.org.
Hey everyone, welcome back to News 46. I'm Rick Vale with your weather. Taking a look at today, we had a high of 100 degrees, winds out of the south-southwest at about 4 miles per hour, with gusts upwards of 10 miles per hour. Our pressure held steady on the barometer for us at 30. UV index was 8, very high for the day, and humidity 6%, pretty nice out there. Sunrise at 6:04 a.m. and a record high is 111 degrees back in 1939. Looking at tonight, partly cloudy out there, a low 77, winds out of the southeast at about 4 miles per hour, with gusts upwards of 8 miles per hour. The humidity is going to be 13%, with sunset being at 7:33 p.m. and a record low 55 degrees back in 1938. Looking at tomorrow, going to have partly cloudy skies yet again, a high of 102 and a low of 77. Winds out of the south-southwest at about 5 miles per hour, with breezy gusts up to about 9 miles per hour. Humidity is going to be 12%. The UV index for tomorrow, 8, very high. And sunrise will be at 6:04 a.m. Moving on to our 7-day forecast. Friday, heading into the weekend, 20-mile-per-hour gusts expected, a high of 102, a low of 76. Saturday, looking nice for us, 96 degrees. Temperatures coming down, 73 degrees for the overnight low. Generally a pleasant day if it weren't for the 24-mile-per-hour gusts we're going to expect all weekend long. But that pales in comparison to what we had over the spring, doesn't it? Sunday, not much changing there. 24-mile-per-hour gusts, a high of 99, a low of 72. Heading into next week, we start off in double digits, 98 and 99 for Monday and Tuesday, with lows of 72 and 77. Wednesday, still clear skies, not very windy at all. A high of 105, quite a jump for us, with an overnight low of 77, 79. And our worst weather in the nation today is Dangerfield, Texas, for searing heat.
Dun dun dun
Dun-dun. All right, folks, that's going to do it for this edition of News 46. I'm Rick Vale.
I'm Rhonda Van Winkle.
And from everyone up here on the Hill KPVM, we wish you a safe evening. We'll see you here again tomorrow night. Until then, good night, Pahrump.
Good night.